Did you know that every squat, push-up, or sprint you do literally changes the structure of your muscles? Whether you want explosive power like a sprinter or endurance like a marathon runner, understanding how your muscle fibers adapt to exercise is the secret to unlocking your true potential. Stay tuned as we dive into the fascinating science behind muscle fiber transformation and how you can train smarter to reach your fitness goals. Muscle growth, also known as hypertrophy, doesn't just make you stronger. It transforms your body at the cellular level. Whether you're lifting weights, running, or doing bodyweight exercises, your muscle fibers adapt and remodel themselves to match the demands of your activity. First up, let's talk about the basics of muscle fiber types. We have type 1, also known as slow twitch fibers. They are red in color due to their high myoglobin content. They contract slowly, but are highly resistant to fatigue, making them ideal for long-duration endurance activities like walking, jogging, and maintaining posture. These fibers primarily rely on aerobic respiration or oxygen for energy and have a rich supply of mitochondria and capillaries to support oxygen delivery and sustained activity. These are designed for endurance activities like long-distance running or cycling. They are commonly found in postural muscles, such as the erector spinae, and are highly developed in endurance athletes. Then we have type 2 fast-twitch fibers. Type 2A fibers, also called fast-twitch oxidative fibers, have a pinkish-red color and are intermediate in function between type 1 and type 2X fibers, combining strength and endurance. They contract faster than type 1 fibers, but have moderate fatigue resistance. These fibers can utilize both aerobic and anaerobic metabolism for energy, making them adaptable for activities requiring a mix of power and endurance, such as middle-distance running or swimming. They have a moderate to high density of mitochondria and capillary supply, allowing them to be trained for either endurance or strength. They're perfect for activities like middle-distance running or high-rep strength training. On the other hand, type 2X fibers, or fast-twitch glycolytic fibers, are white in color due to their low myoglobin content. They contract very quickly and generate powerful bursts of force, but fatigue rapidly because they rely on anaerobic metabolism, which leads to lactic acid accumulation. These fibers are suited for short, high-intensity activities like sprinting, weightlifting, or jumping. They have a sparse capillary supply and low mitochondrial density, making them less efficient for prolonged activities. Type 2X fibers are built for short bursts of power like sprinting or heavy lifting. Hence, they are particularly prominent in muscles used for explosive movements, such as the quadriceps during a sprint. So, how do muscles grow? It's all about hypertrophy. Hypertrophy refers to the increase in the size of muscle fibers, which happens as a result of repeated mechanical stress or training, leading to the addition of contractile proteins like actin and myosin within the fibers. Intense exercise creates micro tears in muscle fibers, which sounds scary, but is actually a good thing. Your body repairs these tears by fusing fibers together, increasing their size and strength. A crucial part of this process involves satellite cells. These cells activate and fuse to existing fibers, contributing to muscle growth. And don't forget about protein synthesis. Adequate protein intake is essential for rebuilding and strengthening muscle tissue. Besides normal muscle hypertrophy, is muscle hyperplasia possible? Muscle hyperplasia, the increase in the number of muscle fibers, is a topic of ongoing debate in muscle physiology. Unlike muscle hypertrophy, which refers to the increase in the size of existing muscle fibers, hyperplasia involves the formation of new muscle fibers. Muscle hyperplasia has been observed in animal studies, particularly in response to extreme overload conditions, such as severe resistance training or chronic stretching. In animals, satellite cells, muscle stem cells, can be activated to form new fibers, contributing to muscle growth by increasing fiber number. The evidence for muscle hyperplasia in humans is limited and less conclusive. While some studies in animals and isolated human cases, such as those with extreme conditions like bodybuilders or certain muscle injuries, suggest the possibility of hyperplasia, it is not widely considered a major contributor to muscle growth in typical human training scenarios. The general consensus in the scientific community is that muscle hypertrophy is the primary mechanism by which muscles grow in response to resistance training. Hyperplasia, if it occurs in humans, is thought to be a much smaller contributor to overall muscle growth and might require very specific conditions. Example, extreme overload, injury, or genetic predisposition. So, how to train for muscle fiber transformation? First up, for explosive power, train the 2X fibers. Focus on heavy lifting, for example, 3 to 6 reps at 80 to 90% max load, and short sprints. Incorporate plyometric exercises like jump squats or box jumps. Next, for strength and size, train type 2A fibers. Use moderate weights with higher reps, for example, 8 to 12 reps per set. Combine strength training with some cardio to maintain hybrid muscle functionality. Next, for endurance, train type 1 fibers. Perform low-intensity, long-duration exercises like jogging, swimming, or cycling. Train consistently at a steady pace for extended periods. Now let's take a look at the nutrition and recovery aspect, which is the key to cellular transformation. First up, protein intake. Consume roughly 1 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. Next, carbohydrates for energy. Fuel your workouts with complex carbs like oats, quinoa, and sweet potatoes. Next, adequate rest. Muscles grow during recovery, not during exercise. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Lastly, progressive overload. Gradually increase the intensity of your workouts to continually challenge your muscles. Now, let's talk about adaptation, how muscle plasticity and long-term training work. Muscle remodeling refers to the process by which muscle fibers adapt and change in response to various stimuli, such as exercise, injury, or nutritional changes. This process involves alterations in muscle structure, function, and metabolic properties to meet new demands, leading to improved performance and strength. One aspect of muscle remodeling is the shift in muscle fiber types. Your muscles can adapt and shift between fiber types based on your training. Endurance training, such as long-distance running, can increase the number of type 1, slow twitch fibers, or enhance their efficiency, improving stamina. Resistance training such as weightlifting primarily stimulates type 2 fast twitch fibers, particularly type 2A and type 2X, promoting growth and power. Over time, there can also be a conversion of type 2X fast glycolytic fibers to type 2A fast oxidative glycolytic fibers, allowing for more endurance in muscles traditionally suited for explosive activities. For example, sprinters develop more fast twitch fibers. Marathon runners develop more slow twitch fibers. The nervous system also plays a role in muscle remodeling. Neuroplasticity, or neurological adaptations, occur early in strength training and involve improved communication between the brain and muscles. These adaptations help with motor unit recruitment, which enhances strength and coordination. As the body becomes more efficient at activating muscle fibers, strength increases even before significant hypertrophy occurs. Muscle remodeling can slow with age due to reduced satellite cell activity and hormonal changes, which is why older individuals may experience less muscle growth from training compared to younger individuals. Combining different types of training, for example, strength plus endurance, ensures balanced fiber development. Next, how hormones affect muscle growth. Testosterone is important for protein synthesis and muscle repair. Growth hormone stimulates tissue growth and fat metabolism. Cortisol is a stress hormone that can impede muscle repair if levels are too high. Manage with rest and relaxation. To naturally optimize your hormonal levels for optimal muscle growth, focus on consistency in training, a nutritious diet, adequate sleep, stress management, and healthy lifestyle choices. Over time, these strategies can help maximize anabolic hormones like testosterone, growth hormone, while minimizing catabolic hormones like cortisol, resulting in optimal muscle growth. So, how can we maximize muscle hypertrophy? Maximizing muscle hypertrophy requires a combination of factors such as progressive overload, optimal training volume, nutrition, and recovery. First up, progressive overload. How to achieve it? 1. Increasing intensity. Gradually increase the weight you lift over time. This is crucial because your muscles need to be constantly challenged to grow. Try to add 2.5 to 5% more weight to your exercises every 1 to 2 weeks. 2. Increasing reps. If you reach the upper end of your target rep range, example 12 reps, increase the number of reps you perform in the set. For hypertrophy, aim for 6 to 12 reps per set. 3. Volume increase. Gradually add more sets or exercises to your routine, increasing the total workload your muscles experience. Lastly, varying the load. Use different loads like heavy, moderate, light for different parts of your program. For example, heavy sets with 4 to 6 reps for strength and moderate sets with 8 to 12 reps for hypertrophy. Second, optimal rep range. For muscle hypertrophy, the most effective rep range tends to be 6 to 12 reps per set. This range maximizes the mechanical tension on the muscle fibers while also inducing metabolic stress. Focus on maintaining controlled tempo. Example, 3 seconds on the eccentric phase to ensure time under tension, which is critical for muscle growth. Third, training volume. For hypertrophy, aim for a total training volume of 10 to 20 sets per muscle group per week. This can be split across multiple sessions, like 3 to 4 sessions per muscle group per week. Incorporate compound exercises like squats, deadlifts, bench presses that recruit large muscle groups, and isolation exercises like bicep curls, tricep extensions to focus on specific muscles. Fourth, frequency of training. Training each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week allows for enough stimulus for hypertrophy while providing sufficient recovery time. Studies show that higher frequency results in greater muscle growth, especially for advanced lifters. Use a split training routine like upper body, lower body, or push, pull, legs to hit muscle groups multiple times a week. Fifth, rest between sets. Rest periods of 60 to 90 seconds between sets are generally ideal for hypertrophy. This duration allows enough recovery to perform the next set with high intensity while maintaining metabolic stress or lactic acid buildup. For compound movements with heavy weights, such as squats, deadlifts, 2 to 3 minutes rest may be needed to ensure optimal performance. Sixth, tempo and time. Under tension, TUT. Time under tension is the total time your muscle is under load during a set. Slowing down the eccentric or lowering phase of a lift increases TUT, which is important for hypertrophy. Use a controlled tempo with a 3-1-3 or 4-1-4 or eccentric pause concentric timing for each rep. For example, lowering the weight over 3 seconds and lifting it back up in 1 second. Seventh, nutrition for hypertrophy. How to balance it. 1. Protein intake. Consume 1 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day to support muscle repair and growth. Protein is essential for muscle protein synthesis. 2. Caloric surplus. To maximize muscle growth, consume more calories than you burn. Aim for a small caloric surplus, 250 to 500 calories above maintenance, to ensure your body has enough fuel for muscle building. 3. Carbohydrates. Carbs are crucial for replenishing glycogen stores and fueling workouts. Aim to consume complex carbs, example, oats, sweet potatoes, rice, around your workouts for optimal performance and recovery. 4. Healthy fats. Ensure adequate intake of healthy fats, like avocados, nuts, olive oil, for hormone regulation, particularly for testosterone production. Lastly, meal timing. Consider spreading protein intake evenly across 3 to 5 meals per day, including a post-workout meal that contains protein and carbs to promote muscle recovery. 8th, recovery and sleep. Muscles grow during rest, not while training. Adequate rest is crucial for allowing muscles to repair and grow. Avoid overtraining and ensure 48 to 72 hours of recovery between working the same muscle group. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Sleep is essential for muscle recovery and growth, as growth hormone secretion is higher during deep sleep. 9. Optional supplementation 1. Creatine monohydrate. Creatine is one of the most researched and effective supplements for muscle growth, enhancing strength and power during high-intensity exercise. 2. Branched-chain amino acids, BCAAs. BCAAs can support muscle protein synthesis, reduce muscle breakdown, and improve recovery. 3. Whey protein, a convenient protein source post-workout to support muscle repair. Lastly, beta-alanine may help buffer lactic acid buildup, improving endurance and strength during high-rep sets. Remember, it is recommended to get all the nutrients from natural foods. If not possible, opt for supplements from reputable, regulated brands. Lastly, mind-muscle connection. Focusing on the mind-muscle connection involves actively concentrating on the targeted muscle during each exercise. This mental focus can enhance muscle activation and lead to better training outcomes. By combining these strategies, consistent progressive overload, proper nutrition, and adequate recovery, you can maximize muscle hypertrophy and make significant gains over time. Finally, let's debunk some common myths about muscle fiber growth. Myth 1. You can only train one fiber type. Truth? All muscle fibers are activated during exercise. The focus depends on intensity and duration. Myth 2. Cardio kills gains. Truth? Moderate cardio complements strength training by improving recovery and endurance. Myth 3. Heavy lifting makes you bulky. Overnight. Truth? Muscle growth is a gradual process requiring consistent training and proper nutrition. So there you have it. Your muscles are incredible, dynamic structures capable of adapting to the demands you place on them. By understanding the science of muscle fiber growth and tailoring your workouts, nutrition, and recovery, you can achieve your unique fitness goals. Whether it's building explosive power, enduring stamina, or a combination of both. Remember, train smarter, not just harder. Keep pushing, and remember, your muscles are transforming with every rep.